So you finally got your first camera, and now you want to take it with you everywhere. But you want to carry it in something small, something sleek. That's not what I wanted. So you go on the hunt. But there were so many options. And you would try a few out. But something wasn't quite right. They were all just a little too big. Or rather, not quite small enough. But then you found it. This could be the one. But it looked as though it could be too small. So you go searching for clues, but you find nothing. In the only video that existed, the camera was taken apart to fit inside. You didn't want to have to do that, but you didn't know if your camera would fit. But this looks so cool and small, you said. And so you decided you'd be the one to find out. You'd be the hero, not that we deserved, but the one that we needed. Before we test that out though, I'm gonna need some caffeine.
All right, my man, what you getting today? That's right there, you're good to go, my man.
So, you have that medium camp out cold brew?
Yep.
Here you go, boss. You want a straw?
I got one.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. People don't know how to drive, bros.
So we're at the park again. It's January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. So there wasn't a single video from the manufacturer of this bag that showed the camera being pulled out or put into this bag rather. So I figured I would show you how that looks. And so here's the A6100 and it's a good size. I mean, it's tiny, it's got the kit lens on it. And look, I don't have to take it apart. I can just fit it in right here. Boom, fits. And this is without it in it. I mean, it's tiny without it, but with the camera in, it's not even that much bigger. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Bert from the future here, guys. It's January 12th. And I just wanted to jump in real quick, give you an explanation as to why I'm making this video. I questioned buying this bag because I didn't know if my camera would fit inside it without having to take it apart and put it back together every time I take it out and put it back into it. And here's an example of that. And so yeah, back to the video. Okay, so the A6100 fits perfectly. That's a pretty small camera though. So if we go to something like the A7C2, so I got the A7C2 now. This has the Sony 20mm f1.8. If you look at it, it's a little bigger than the A6100. But I mean, this A7C is tiny. It's basically the same size. If I put this in, it fits perfectly without taking it apart. And there's like an inch of clearance at the top. It's a little chunkier with it in there, but I don't care, guys. I don't care if it's not that thin. Don't want to have to take my camera apart and put it together every time I put it in and out of this bag. So I'm gonna pull this out and put a bigger lens on. Next biggest lens that I have is gonna be this 28-70. I think this is basically, if this can fit, everything else that I have in here is gonna be able to fit just fine. But this thing now is considerably bigger. You can see that. But still, it fits perfectly. If I just put it in the bag, I don't have to take it apart to put it in. What is this company thinking? Like, this is marketed as a camera bag, but they don't have a single video of someone taking a camera out of it. Or at the very least, if they had a video like this, people wouldn't question whether or not their shit would fit. So that's the 28-70 Sigma and the A7C2. I'm gonna put on an even bigger lens. Well, it's not really bigger, but it's a little fatter. And while I'm grabbing it, this video currently being shot by the FX30. I'm using the 7 Artisans 35mm f1.05. So here we have the A7C2 with the 24mm f1.4. This is a pretty big lens. We're getting into big boy territory. So that's what that looks like. But I can still fit it just fine. And I can close it. In case you were wondering why I wasn't closing before, it's because I didn't feel like it, but it's closed and it's in. And it doesn't even look that fat. This thing's tiny and I wanted it because it's tiny and my camera fits, and I questioned buying this camera bag because I didn't know if it was gonna fit. There's like one picture online, I'll put it on the screen here. There's one picture on an Amazon review that shows someone with their camera in it, but it still looked kind of like they didn't show it zipped up. And there's another video, this guy right here, he took apart his FX3, and I don't know, maybe the 24-70 G Master doesn't fit sideways, but if you have a lens that's even a little bit smaller than that, it should fit. So now, I think we're going to switch over to shooting with this guy. I'll show you guys what the FX30 looks like in here. Okay, so now we're shooting on the A7C2. Yeah, so let's take a look at this FX30. Something a lot of you guys probably have is this Sigma 16mm. So let's see how that looks. Just gonna put that guy on here. So here's the FX30 with the Sigma 16mm, and here is the A6100 with the kit lens attached, and that looks like this right here. I hope you can see that. I think you can. Anyway, here's the difference in size. And will it fit? Would you imagine that? It fits just fine. Look at that. It's like, it fits perfectly, and I'm gonna close it. And it's not even like hard to close it. Like, what? I questioned buying this bag like so much, and it's like so small. It's tiny. Sometimes I don't want to bring a 6-liter. Sometimes I just want my camera on me, want to be able to take my camera with me everywhere all the time. But I don't want it to look like I have a giant fucking backpack on or something when I'm going to the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's switch to a larger lens. The largest one I have, first of all, I contemplated doing every combination that was in the intro, but that would take too much time, and I'm here at the park, and there's actually a ton of people here right now. So I just kind of want to get in and get out, you know what I'm saying? So here's the FX30 with the 28-70 Sigma zoom lens. You can see the size difference. If I just put this in, it fits, and I can close it just fine. I didn't have to take it apart, and check this out. You could potentially fit another lens in there, a small one, but if I'm taking this guy out, I just want one camera and one lens. Yeah, so now let's put this cage on. Okay, so now we have the caged FX30, and I guess this could be an FX3 too, technically. So now here's the size difference, and there's a big size difference now. But check this out, it fits. Let me close this real quick just because I'm questioning whether it fits or not. Yeah, I mean, it's bulging a little bit, but you don't have to take it apart. So yeah, that is that. So now I'm going to go. That's the video, guys. I think this 7 Artisans 35mm T1.05 is pretty dope. I've been shooting with it the whole time, even on full frame. Only thing weird is that on full frame, there's these like weird in focus areas. But that's cool. It still works. Anyway, This bag is dope. If you questioned buying it because you didn't think your camera would fit, I hope this video helped. VSGO, if you want to hire me to make your next video, send me a message. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else. Okay, bye. That we needed. That we needed. That we needed. But the one that we needed. But the one that we needed. But the one that we needed.